Namaste, so family. And so this video is dating, okay? So I was like just here pretty much kind of bored, not really bored because there are a million and one things that I can do. And so this is one of them. I thought to myself, why not do a video on dating? Like here, in Jamaica. And excuse me, I realize, particularly in black dominant countries, um, people seldomly go on dates. And there's a lot of misconceptions in regards to what dating really is. It is, similar, it's like another level to courtship. So courtship is pretty much, if you were, paying attention in social studies class, you would understand that courtship is, socializing, um, with people of the opposite sex. Well, in in this day and age that we're currently in, it could also be people of the same sex. Okay, getting to know them on a very sociable, friendly level to, decide to yourself whether or not you want to start dating, which is taking that courtship to another level. So, courtship is pretty much, going on lunch dates, going on, it's not really like dinner dates, that's more like dating. So it would be more like going on lunch breaks, going to the park, going to a circus, any day theme event. All right? Dating now is where in which you've courted each other and you decide that, you want to, take, uh, you know, take things up a notch. You want to take things, to another level, to, um, the other level, I should say. Yeah, and start, pay more attention to each other. And this could also include nighttime dates, nighttime, eateries, like, going out to, have dinner together. This can also mean, getting an early breakfast because it's really, seeing each other outside of the well, yeah, it's pretty much seeing each other outside of that convenience. It's like, almost getting to that serious level, like engagement level, okay? And for some people, when, you actually get to that level of engagement, they tend to move in together and so on and so forth, in preparation for marriage. Some people, they will continue to live apart, because they want that marriage, that, spiritual coming together to, also, be a physical coming together. But, I noticed, I know I've always had different, relationship concepts than the normal Jamaican, person. Even females, it's like, a lot of, men I come across, it's like they don't know anything about courtship. They don't know anything about dating. They only know the fuck. And that's just pretty, nasty and just careless living to me. Okay? And you find a lot of these men, they'll waste their monies on booze, like alcohol, um, heavy, harsh liquor, smokes, whether it's, weed, tobacco, or cigarettes, and, even spend their monies on their friends, their male friends, but they find it really hard to court a woman or to, take a woman out on a date. Them courting you or dating you is, them prostituting you. So it's like, they're buying you lunch for crotch. And it's just so disgusting. It's so disgusting. And then they, say, the women are gold diggers. Well, when they're the ones who, make whores of, the local women here, of the black women. That's how, black men are. They have no chivalry. Majority of them. Majority, I don't know. I've never come across a black man who has, you know, any form of, chivalry in any way, shape, or form. I've never, ever, 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 ever. Okay, never. And that too, is also the black woman's fault. Though, like I said in a video earlier today, that not necessarily everything we gotta blame on these trifling mamas. Okay, yes, they're trifling mamas, but the truth is, we have a brain. Okay, I have a brain. So do you. You trifling, whorish men. And if I can conceptualize certain things and fathom things a certain way, regardless of parental guidance, I'm pretty much sure that you men too can also rationalize certain things to yourselves, regardless of having received proper parental guidance. So yeah, there isn't much chivalry in the black race. They don't believe in investing in relationships. These black men I'm talking, okay, they just, and I'm not gonna entirely blame the mamas, though trifling they are. I'm not gonna entirely blame them. There's just this thing about black men that's just so horrid. I know a lot of you won't like me for saying this, but it's true. You find it so hard to take a woman out on a date. You find spending a little change for a lunch date or a dinner date to be, like the world of cash. Like you're going to go broke if you take a woman out on a date. Like, come on. You spend way more money on your male friends. You spend way more money on your trifling mamas who didn't even care about you when you were kids, who didn't even play, a decent, motherly role. And by the way, it's not your responsibility to care for your mamas. Let me just say that. Stop thinking that you are, your mother's man. No, you're not your mama's man, okay? You are her child. You are her son. And there's a huge difference, okay? Now, parents, they leave inheritances and legacies for their children, not the other way around, not even your mama. Okay? You're supposed to fend for yourself, your children, and your woman. Okay? Black man. Let me just say that. And that's why a lot of you cannot build homes. You cannot keep homes, even if you, for a moment, seem to have accomplished building one. You cannot keep them because you always allow your trifling, whorish mothers or sisters and or brothers and seldomly the fathers to butt in, because you got some of these nasty daddies who they want to screw your wives, your girlfriends, and so they come in between the connection. Just mature black men, just like goddamn mature, and stop blaming all of this on colonization. That's not true. All races have been enslaved at some point throughout history. Okay, just stop being bitches and stop blaming your inadequacies on the other races. Okay, just stop it. It makes you even more unattractive. It's so despicable. I'm tired of it. All the other races, they have their traumas and their woes, and they maneuver them. Okay, so big boys, what's your problem? You just careless, like your careless mamas. You just want to grind and screw, but you don't want to make a foundation. You don't want to be fixed. You don't want to be firm or rooted. You just want to be all over the fucking place like some cowboys. That's not how it works. When you get old and decrepit, it will hurt, okay? I'm telling you. You see a lot of them, lonely, old, decrepit, foolish men. A lot of them are drunks. You know why they drink morning, noon, and night, and then some. You know why? Because they have so many, regrets. They're living, the rest of their days, in remorse for the many, in regards to the many opportunities they had to build a decent life. One in which they could have, a stable home. They could, have their grandchildren, by their feet, you know, um, you know, comforting them, giving them jokes, them giving them jokes, them teaching them, certain life lessons and all of that. But they threw all that away because did the white man cause that? You're telling me that you're so damn stupid now that you have no, rational, thought process. Are you a numbskull now? Okay. So, then you are incapable of making any decision. So you shouldn't be fucking then, okay? You shouldn't get crotches because you're a numbskull. You are unable. Okay, so that went on a pause a while ago. So the connection. So many people are connected to this shit. So, you black men out there, excuse me, you're blaming everything on the white man, okay? You're blaming everything on the white man. Oh, he's the reason why you don't want to, form roots or, make roots and settle down. You're full of shit. A lot of you are full of shit. Oh, it's the white man's fault. The black man, he loved family. He loved the concept of family once. It's the white man's fault. He took the black man and he separated him from the black woman and and from the children, and that's why he's so disconnected. Might I remind you of Deuteronomy 28? It's your wickedness that got you into slaveries, many times over. A lot of you claim to believe in the Holy Bible. That's what the Holy Bible says in Deuteronomy 28, okay? Y'all been wicked and trifling and whorish long before, cotton picking days. And that's one of the reasons why you went into cotton picking. Okay? Now, you want to, you want to, you know what, you want to, oppose what I'm saying. It's not opposing me. You're opposing the Lord. That's what he says in Deuteronomy 28, okay? Now, the white man did not. And they have that fucking foolishness they're talking about in Israel United in Christ. How the white man separated. The more I think about it, I hate them fucking Negroes. They're going to be destroyed, They're going to be destroyed. If they don't repent, because they think that they've truly repented. Israel United in Christ. No, you have not. It's an organization run by some egotistical son of a bitches. I don't like you all. I don't like you. The more I think about the way in which you've been manipulating the word of God. Talking about a white man, destroyed the black man's psyche. Okay, what's the explanation for the black woman? Because y'all go ham on the black woman all the time, and you make no excuses for the black woman. Faggots. I think that they're just a group of fucking faggots. Let me just say that. IUIC. I thank God that He sent them my way, or blah, 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 to, make me realize certain things, but they're full of shit. That's the only truth that they speak. That, we are the true children of Israel. Physically, okay, but all that shit is just gonna be changed. It's changing. Okay? Now you got the white man, the Chinese, the Japanese, the Indian man. Whether y'all like it or not, it's not your will, but it's the Most High's will be done. How is this? When you look at a lot of the so-called, ministers up in that bitch, they're married to women who are, Edomite, women, you know, from the same race that they condemn. Look at that. And not just that, they have this, a majority of them, they have this affinity. They still have this sick affinity for lighter skinned women. And they claim that, black woman is pure gold. Go suck my proverbial dick, you dipshits. I'm gonna make sure tag them on this because they're a load of bullshit. I'm glad the Most High, freed me from them. Because anything that is not truthful, Most High will never allow me to stay up in that bitch. Never. Not the synagogue of Satan. And them too, they're a part of the synagogue of Satan. You know, they're the ones, set there by the devil to catch those who, seemingly escape the synagogue of Satan. No, the other synagogues of Satan, whether it's the Jehovah's Witness, the kingdom all, the Jehovah's Witness group of people, or if it's, the so-called Church of God of, prophecies, Church of God of, you know, all them all different denominations, Pentecostals, all of them, Baptists and all of them bullshit. It's for, IUIC, they're the ones, they're, Seventh-day Adventists, they're the ones they're set to catch, the ones who escape them, kinds of illusions. But them too, they're another set of, frauds, another kind of illusion. Hell is this? A lot of them are just nothing but faggots, and not just that, they're just egotistical bastards who just want to, look like they're somebody, but deep down inside they feel like shit. They boost themselves, and they build their, self-esteem off of, trying to shit on the white man. How can you shit on the white man? You can't even, stand on your own two fucking feet. Stupid idiots, sons of bitches. I just, the more I think about, what they're doing, it just, sickens my stomach. So stop blaming the white man. The white man didn't do a damn thing, okay? Y'all destroyed yourselves, and that's why, you went under that Deuteronomy 28 curse. That's why, okay? The Deuteronomy 28 did not destroy you, okay? It was a judgment, a punishment for you, being so blasphemous and disrespectful to the Most High, spitting in his face after he blessed y'all with so much. Okay? See, I just, when, it's still dating. I'm still talking about dating, guys. I'm just, in these black dominant countries, there's no such thing. But, it needs to change. I'm not interested in any black man. I'm not. Period. Dot. But for you black women out there who are interested, if a Negro is not willing to court you, you got to start loving yourselves, valuing yourselves. One which if he's not willing to court you, goodbye. If he's not willing to date you, goodbye. Okay? Period. Dot. Okay? A lot of them, they don't want to court because they're nobodies. Once you discover your life purpose, discover your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, your ambitions, then you become somebody. Until then, you're a fucking nobody. And a lot of these black men are nobody. It's not because of colonization. It's just because they have no fucking ambition, okay? And they don't want you to court them because they're just, everything is just pretty much surface level, skin deep. There's not much, substance to them. And, to get to know them, and I'm not just talking about black men. You have men from other races too, who all they want to do is to jump into your panties and all of that, and you want you to, jump into bed with them. And that's because, they too, have low self-esteem, they have little self-worth or little self-value. So, they don't believe that, they have any qualities or attributes that, is worthwhile sticking around them, for. It's pretty much, they're just, a fucking waste on God's beautiful earth. And they don't want you to get to know them, because there isn't much to know about them. They don't even know shit about themselves. Okay, and that's why you have a lack of courtship, a lack of dating in the, especially, black dominant countries, and hence that's why you've got high STDs and STI rates, because nobody wants to court. You get to court someone, you may discover that they got something. You feel me? You get to date someone, you might get to figure out they've got something. Nobody wants to court. No one wants to date. Everyone just wants the Fuck, Fuck, Fuck. So, rule number one. I know this is a long ass video. Rule number one: if a man is interested in you, and he is not just coming at you to just, how do I do this with one hand? Okay, I just cannot do this with one hand. He just wants to do this, okay? He's not gonna invest in you. And by investing, I mean like taking you out on dates. And of course, like I said earlier, that begins with courtship. Okay, some of these men, they try to make women feel horrible for requiring them to treat us like, women or ladies, and so, these men, they say all kinds of petty shit, but they be using you know, their whorish mothers to judge us. So they feel like, okay, we only want them to take us, on dates because we're hungry and we're starved and we just want someone to feed us. So that doesn't free you from the rule of courtship. So what if we're hungry? All the more you should fucking feed us, don't you think so? What gentleman knows a woman is hungry, and makes a mockery out of that? Now that in itself tells me that you should move along. You're as petty as they come, and you're pathetic. And chances are your mama is a hoe, and that's what she used to do. And so you think that every other woman is just like your whorish mama. Okay? Period. Dot. That's how you deal with Negroes, like, 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 like them, Negroes, women. You deal with them just like that, because 99 to 100% of the time, it is exactly as I just stated. Their mamas are hoes, and so their mothers are used to doing stuff like that, and they're used to seeing their mothers operate like that. Scam men for food, scam men to pay bills, to pay the mortgage, the rent, the lease, pay for the water bill, the phone bill, the internet, the cable bill, the electricity, all them shit, to buy clothes, all that. They're used to their mothers being trifling, and so that's why you never get with a man also, whose mother is a hoe, because he's gonna treat you as though you are a hoe, because his mother, the first woman he's ever gotten to know, she is, she basically sets the reputation for every other woman that man comes in contact with. Period. Dot. So if his mother is a whore, that man is going to treat every woman he comes into contact with as a whore, a harlot. It doesn't matter how decent we are, how much of an empress we are. They're gonna treat us as though we're whores, because their mothers are whores, and they're used to that feminine energy being a whore. Okay, they don't know any better. She's the first woman they've ever gotten to know. So second rule, okay, don't date a man who's got a hoe for a mother, okay? Especially if, they have a close relationship. You want to get to, understand her past, okay? You know, because that, will reveal a lot in terms of her character. Because, like I've said many a times, people never really change. Now, if he's got a strong connection, with his mother, you want to know if, she is, a decent mother. If she, is a hoe or not. Regardless of her dress code, a hoe is a hoe, okay? It ain't about the dressing. A hoe is a hoe, okay? Okay. Three also, okay? This is in connection to two. You wanna, get, involved with a guy or date a guy because dating is, trial, okay? It's like, you're, both of you are on trial, okay? You wanna ensure that, you're not wasting your time. So you want to, get everything right before advancing to certain serious, stages. So say you're still, courting, you want to find out if this guy is a big boy or if he's actually a man. Now, if he's, so tied to his mother as though he's not yet fully weaned from her sour breasts, you want to ensure that you take it no further from courtship because that's trouble. Trouble in the sense that if his mother doesn't like you, chances are the relationship is not going to work, I'm telling you. No matter how wonderful you are to that man, if that whore of a mother does not like you, the relationship will not stand. It will not work. It doesn't matter how you try to go around it and come back around it. It's not going to work. Listen to me. Now, you want to be with a man who's got independence of character in the sense in which, yes, he may, value his mother, but not to the point in which he values her opinions more than his own. He's so conscious and independent and confident within himself that, even if his mother thinks it's a no, as long as he believes it's a yes, he's going to stick with his yes. He doesn't really care what she says, okay? Now, you want to understand the relationship that man has with his mother. So you want to know if she's a hoe. You want to know, you want to know his family heritage, his lineage. That's what courtship is all about. Getting to know, the family that you're gonna possibly, um, get involved in. And pretty much that is what it is. I just hate the sound of that because I like my alone time. And even if I tell myself, even if I get married again, um, I really hope it's with a man who, one, either his mother is dead, okay, and he doesn't have, a close relationship with his sisters or his brothers or, nieces or nephews, or in which, they're going to be wanting to come over my place and all of that, or, or place. I just like my privacy, And I noticed within the black community, a lot of people, black people, they're just always up in people's goddamn business. It's like, can you get a break? Especially if, you have things going on, if you are, well known, if you have a beautiful home, they just all up in your goddamn business. Like, look away, shoo, shoo, shoo. I just always hate that shit, you know? And a lot of people, a lot of them guys who I've, dated, their people had that problem with me because I'm not, the talkative kind, or I'm not the kind that, is, all, too happy or gleeful about them coming over. Like, bitch, I need my space. Like, if you want to see your brother, like, he's going to come and visit you someday, okay? Or your uncle, or whoever he is to you, or your son. But just get the up out of my space. This is my space. And so I'm not too excited to get married again, to be honest. Like, cause like I love having my own space. But if I do, it's gonna be with a man who he basically does not have any, existing family, or he does not have any, close connection, with his, not, really family, because no, he's a family to himself once you're past a certain age. I mean, like extended family, because then his mother, his father, his sisters, brothers, and all them people become extended family members. Now, he's just a single family to himself until he, maybe procreates, get a child, or get married and gets married, and or gets married if he, gets married, and starts expanding his family. But pretty much that's it. You're a one person family once you're 18 years or older. But that's just me. I don't want to be with the kind of guy who he's got a large family that he's so really close to, even if it's a small family. Just I don't want to be with a guy who has a family that he's so close to that they always come up in our business. They're especially unannounced. Like I just don't want that. Just stay in your place and let me stay in my place. My place is my place. I don't want any visitors. I don't want to see any sisters-in-law. I don't want to see any brothers-in-law. I don't want to see any nieces, nephews-in-law, mother, father-in-law. I don't want to see them people. I really don't care. I really don't care if they, die. I mean, like, I'm not with them. I have no affinity to them. They're not my people. Though I may have married you, but who the hell cares? You know? That's just my frequencies. Like, guys, I'm not a horrible person. That's just my frequencies. And I think that, a lot of people, if they, adapt to my way of life or my mentality, the world would be a much better place. And that's the truth. Just, stay in your lanes. People need to just stay in their lanes, period, dot. I always, hated that. That's how my ex-husbands, his, mother, father, sisters, and brothers, were not really like his mother and his father. They live in the country and they don't really travel outside of the bush, outside of the country, But like his sisters, they're obsessed with this, side of the island because it's, um, more developed, and they like the whole crowd, and the whole heap of people, and a lot of them are hoes, and so there are many more opportunities here for them to pour themselves out. Pretty much that's what it really was. But it was just like pretty annoying. I'm like the worst person you can ignore and think that's gonna hurt me. Like, you're just giving me whatever the fuck I want, which is for you to just not talk to me and just friggin' ignore me. Like, thank you. That's actually what I wanted, and that's why I'm such a bitch. Okay. So, how many? I'm not keeping count. I'm just giving tips. I think that was about 4. Okay, for if he's not willing to court or date, that's a red flag. If his mama is a hoe, that's a red flag. If he's, too attached to his mama, that's a red flag. That's 4. That's 3. If if he's too attached to his extended family, which he may still call his family, now that's a red flag, because he must understand that, them people, they're no longer your immediate family. Stop calling them that, okay? I know, it's still family, but, they're not family, okay? Your family is the one that you may potentially start with me, okay? You're your family, okay? You're a one person family, okay? One member family. Bear that in mind, okay? So, I think that's 4. I think that's 4 that I mentioned. Nice. I mentioned 4 of them, okay. Um, Let me see if there's anything else that I want to add to that. It's very important. These, if you women take these, dating advices and tips, you know, trust me, you'll be saved from a lot of heartbreak and a lot of woes. A lot of these men out there, they're not grown. They just look old and decrepit, but they're not men. They're just, they're just insipid. They're just, they're not fucking grown. No. Mm-mm. Okay. Also, 5. If they have way too many, female numbers in their contacts, and these are non-family members. Like, you can definitely know that these females, are either exes or crushes, of these men. That's a red flag. I remember that guy who I was talking to in St. Mary. It was like, I wasn't like searching his phone or anything because I don't do them. I don't do them shit. But I remember he asked me to search for a number in his phone. More than once, he's asked me. He gave me his phone. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he wanted me to see them stuff, and because a lot of these men, the truth is, they just want to have sex with you once, and they want the relationship to be done with. They don't really want to, prolong things. And then again, I said, it's like he had some venereal disease, and he realized that I was not gonna give him, I was not gonna give in to unprotected sex, and so he was like pretty much, trying to get rid of me at a particular point in time. Yeah, that is true, because he saw he was not getting through with the whole, unprotected sex idea, and it was, he actually sent me into his phone like several times for a particular number that I wanted to call, and while scrolling down, I saw some like weird ass names, and I could tell that those were whole like names, like names that you give different whores, them kind of vibe, it's like these were women that he just wants to live the cowboy lifestyle. When you see a man going on like that, chances are he's got something, And so, he had them, hoes, up in his phone, and he had their numbers stored under different names. I can't even remember any of them, but it was like some weird ass names, that he would have them stored under, and it was pretty much obvious that okay, that's a hoe, that's a prostitute. You know what I'm trying to say? So when you see them kind of vibes, when they got all of these different females numbers stored up in their phones, and they're not female family members, then that too is a red flag. Okay. um Another red flag is um shiftiness. Now, that's something that I've always um hated. Though I have many different personas, none of my personas are shifty. I transition in between personas, um, smoothly, just as how I do my videos. I try not to make them too contrary. When, I have many different topics to discuss, I try to make the transition very smooth. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna end this video right here and come back with the other topic that I want to discuss, because I don't want to, confuse you guys or throw you guys off balance. Unbalance, Aquarius trine. So when you see these men, they're very shifty. One moment they're like really digging you, they send you a lot of communication, they text you a lot, they're so interested in you, and your everyday activities, and life and emotions and routines and all of that. And another moment is as though I understand that or routines and all of that and all of them stuff, they shift, but you can sense when it's, pretty much, it was a very busy day at work, or, in contrast to it having been, just them, it's been, being caught up, with somebody else. Okay? So it's pretty easy to tell. You just gotta be able to read the energies, and read the normalities, and know what's really normal and all of that. Okay? I just came out and was not really sure if I was naked, yes or no. Oh, I'm not naked. I have on, my shorts. My it's kind of a mesh like shorts kind of thing. Okay. 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 So anywho, so yeah, when them Negroes, they're shifty and all of that, that they have other interests that, that are not for your best interest, and that, don't include your best interest. So you want to be mindful of them, Negroes. You want to be mindful of them. Now this cherry tree is so diseased, you guys. I don't know if y'all can tell. It's sick, so fucking sick. There are, a few cherries on it, but this land is infected, I tell you. Can barely find anything, of use on this shit. Like in the fucking black community, I can barely find any useful black men. They're all worthless. Even when they claim to have 9 to 5 jobs, they never see, the good woman, being worthy of, being courted or dated, They will spend their monies on hoes and buy, pum pum. But, no, they don't think they should, court us. And then that Negro is not interested in, investing in you. He doesn't want a future with you because, he's just a, you know, um, hit it and miss it kind of Negro. He just wants to wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Okay? Yeah, he's a whole kind of Negro. He's a prostitute kind of Negro. He's not the kind, to want to build a home. Oh, fuck. Okay? And so on these dating apps, I've come to realize that a lot of the men on them, they're not really, serious about dating. They don't even know what the hell dating is. They're on these apps and they're just looking women to knock. And I must start, ooh, look at this guy. Let me flip the camera. See him? Mr. Lizard. Yeah, a lot of these guys, they I don't know what the hell they're doing on these dating apps, and I'm gonna start reporting them more and more because I realize, they're just, crowding up these dating apps, you know, um, and they're not interested in dating. They don't understand what dating is, you know, and they're just fucking stupid. How can you not know what dating is? Are you a numbskull or something? Dating is like, going out on dates. I don't know how much, more to break that down for you if you don't know what a date is. No, it's not going back to your place for a FUCK. That's not what it is. Okay? And some of them, I can't believe some of them have the nerve to say, "Oh, she's just hungry," and she just wants someone to buy her dinner. Wow, you actually have, quote unquote musicians. I don't even think they're musicians. They're just some lanes and some little, dunceheads and numbskulls. In the quote unquote Jamaican music industry, they sing, about these kind of things. They don't know anything about, you know, being a gentleman. They don't, there's no chivalry in the black race. And then y'all wonder why the black woman, she's leaving the black community and going to, be with Uncle Sam. I want me an Uncle Sam. An Uncle Sam. I want me an Uncle Sam. Yeah, I like how I see a lot of these white men courting these black women, dating them, engaging, to them, proposing to them, marrying them, wifing them up, knocking them up, and not just knocking them up and leaving them, to, struggle with these children, but actually, co-parenting with them in a home, in a family structure, a family setting. You black men don't know nothing about that. And then you're blaming the white man. Oh, it's because the white man this. A lot of these white men, they were grown in, single parent homes. Okay? Stop talking about something that happened 400 and something years ago. That was your judgment because of the same mentalities that y'all, be pushing, out into society right now. Okay? And that's why you went into, cotton picking. Some of you should still be picking some cotton because you don't know what the fuck to do with freedom. Some of you, I wish some of you would, start picking cotton again. I kid you not, people. I'm not saying that to be funny. Like, I really wish some of these black men would go back into picking cotton again. That's like some Trump shit, yeah? But it's true because a lot of them are a waste. They just, loiter around the place and watch people and them things and try to teach people things. It's just so despicable. I wish some of you would go back to picking cottons. Go and pick some cotton, Negroes. Yeah? So, I'm down with this video. I'm trying to be, serious, but, who am I kidding? I'm just like, Virgo trying, Aquarius trying. I can't help but being, nasty some of the time. Mwah. I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. Yeah. I love my social media. Oh, social media is so much better than, actual, socializing. I need a rest. Yeah, I need a rest. I need rest. If y'all interested in, someone locking your hair, I can, get that done for you. I've, learned the art of hair locking very well. So if you're interested in, having your natural hair locked, just hit me up. I'm a chick, with many skills and talents. Yeah. Namaste.